Hello learners, welcome back to the channel Economics at Ease. I'm Nida, your educator. And in the previous video, we have discussed in detail the money multiplier concept and how it's going to be calculated. It's an important. You will obviously very sure you will get a question, okay, on this money multiplier also, the table and how you're going to explain. I have already given you this each and everything discussed in detail, okay, in the previous video. The students who have joined us today, okay, they can go through the money multiplier concept and the table, the formulas, all. Okay, you can go through the previous videos. Now, today, what we are going to discuss about the central bank right here. So, central bank is what? That is the apex or the supreme or the superior bank of a country. That is the central bank. That is the Reserve Bank of India, and it was established on in April 1, 1935. You should remember the date whenever you are going to say the Reserve Bank of India or RBI or central bank. Just remember the date also. It can come in the MCQ. It can be asked in MCQs. Okay. So central bank is an apex body that control, operates, regulates, and directs the entire banking and monetary structure of the country. So what is the most important function of central bank is what? It is the superior or the supreme bank of the country, and it controls, then operates, regulates, and directs the entire banking and monetary structure. Okay. So remember this point. It is known as the apex or supreme body as it occupies the topmost position in the monetary and banking system of the country, and all the financial developed countries have their own central bank. Okay. So India here, the RBI is the central bank of a country and it was established in April 1, 1935 under Reserve Bank of India Act passed in 1934. You should know this. Now, functions of the central bank are as follows. The most important function of central bank is to the currency authority or bank of issue. Okay, so it has the authority to means issue the currency notes. Okay. Now what? Then banker to the government, bankers back and supervisor, then controller of money, credit and money supply and credit. So this one is the most important one, controller of money supply and credit. Okay, and definitely 100% sure I'm about this. That is the functions of central banks is very important topic. Okay, as per your boards. Okay. So what you will do, we will discuss these points 1, 2, and 3. And the fourth one, we will just continue in the next video because it needs more explanation. Okay. So first, I'm going to start here. That is currency authority or bank of issue. Central bank has the sole authority. It means it has the sole or the single authority of issuing currency in the country. In India, Reserve Bank of India, that is RBI, has the sole right to issue paper currency. Okay, so RBI issue paper currency note except 1 rupee notes and coins. So who issues the one paper or rupee notes and coins? That is the Ministry of Finance. Okay, whoever is the Ministry of Finance, the Minister of Finance, it has the right to issue 1 rupee notes and coins. It is also asked in the MCQ. Okay, the 1 rupee note bears the signature of Finance Secretary, while other currency notes bear the signature of Governor of RBI. So you should know this. That is currency notes पे क्या होगा? Signature होगा Governor of RBI, and 1 rupee notes, that is the Finance Secretary. Okay, so you should know this. That is only RBI has the authority to issue the currency notes. Okay, all the currency issued by the central bank is its monetary liability. That is, central bank is obliged to back the currency with assets of equal value to enhance the public confidence in paper currency. Okay, the advantages of sole authority of note issue with RBI. You can just prepare any three benefits. It can be also asked. It leads to uniformity in note circulation. So it means it just leads to uniformity. Then it gives the central bank power to influence money supply. बस छोटे छोटे पॉइंट्स आप इसको याद रखिएगा कि यूनिफॉर्मिटी बिल्ड करता है. Then it has the power to influence money supply. Okay, it enables the government to have supervision and control over the central bank, okay, with respect to issue of notes. Then it ensures public faith in the currency system, and public also gets the faith. And this one, that is when the currency is, you can say the currency is, it has the authority to issue the currency. So public also has the faith. Okay, it helps in stabilization of internal and external value of currency. Okay. Now, central government is also authorized to borrow money from the central bank. Okay, when government incurs a deficit in its budget, it borrows from central bank by selling its treasury bills. When central bank acquires these securities, it issues new currency. Okay, this is known as monetizing the government's debt or deficit financing. So I hope everything is clear here. Very simple language. It's been written. Okay, you just have to do it इन 2-3 लाइन्स। तो शॉर्ट में भी आंसर आ सकता है, लॉन्ग में भी जब फंक्शंस आएंगे तो 2-3 आप इसको एक्सप्लेन कर सकते हैं। Now it is the bankers to the government. How it is the banker to the government? That is the Reserve Bank of India act as a banker, agent and financial advisor to the central government. यानी कि सेंट्रल और स्टेट गवर्नमेंट के लिए क्या होता है, ये आपका बैंक जो है ये एक्ट करता है, बैंकर करता है। यानी कि अगर इनको पैसा चाहिए है तो सेंट्रल और स्टेट गवर्नमेंट को इट कैन कनेक्ट टू दिस, दैट इज द आरबीआई, और आरबीआई इनको हेल्प करेगा। एजेंट इनके बिहाफ पे बहुत से फंक्शंस जो है सेंट्रल बैंक यानी कि स्टेट और सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट के बिहाफ पे एजेंट जो बन के ऐसा फॉलो करता है, इनके मतलब जो भी वर्क है वो करता है। एंड ही इट इज ऑल्सो एन फाइनेंशियल एडवाइजर टू द सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट एंड द स्टेट गवर्नमेंट। ओके, तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल एज अ बैंकर ये क्या करता है अपनी ड्यूटीज, ओके, गवर्नमेंट के लिए? इट मेंटेन्स अ करंट अकाउंट टू कीप देयर कैश बैलेंसेस। ओके, सो इट मेंटेन्स अ करंट अकाउंट, एक ये पॉइंट आपने कर लिया। इट एक्सेप्ट्स रिसिप्ट्स एंड मेक पेमेंट्स फॉर द गवर्नमेंट। ओके, एंड कैरीज आउट एक्सचेंज, रेमिटेंस एंड अदर बैंकिंग ऑपरेशंस। यानी कि ये सब जो है गवर्नमेंट के बिहाफ पे करता है एज अ बैंकर बन के। ओके, इट ऑल्सो गिव लोन्स एंड एडवांसेस टू द गवर्नमेंट फॉर टेम्परेरी पीरियड्स एंड द गवर्नमेंट बोरोज मनी बाय सेलिंग ट्रेजरी बिल्स टू द सेंट्रल बैंक। Now, as an agent, ये क्या करता है? The central bank also has the responsibility of managing the public debt. Okay, तो जो भी पैसा पब्लिक में गया हुआ है उसको वो मैनेज करता है। Then, as a financial advisor, it also gives advices to the government from time to time on economic, financial and monetary matters. तो ये सब क्या होगा, इस तरह ये banker to the government बन जाता है ना। bankers bank and supervisor. Now the central bank act as a bankers bank, यानी कि जैसे कि हम पैसा जमा करते हैं कमर्शियल बैंक्स में, so it's our bank. Similarly the commercial banks also, all the commercial banks, okay, वो अपना भी पैसा इकट्ठा करके कहाँ पे जमा करेंगे? That is with the RBI. Okay, and this that's why it also act as a bankers bank and also supervises. Okay, बाकी जितना भी इकोनॉमिक एंड मॉनेटरी फाइनेंशियल जो भी आपके चीजें होती हैं, इश्यूज होते हैं, इट ऑल्सो सुपरवाइजेस, ताकि कोई भी क्या होगा बैंक्स में गलत तरीके से कोई भी रूल्स रेगुलेशन सब फॉलो करें और कोई भी गलत तरीके से काम ना हो। ओके, सो देर आर नंबर ऑफ कमर्शियल बैंक्स इन अ कंट्री, देयर शुड बी सम एजेंसी टू रेगुलेट एंड सुपरवाइज द प्रॉपर फंक्शनिंग। तो प्रॉपर फंक्शनिंग करता है दैट इज द सेंट्रल बैंक और द आरबीआई। Being the apex bank, the central bank RBI act as the banker to other banks. In this sense, it bears the same relationship with commercial bank as the latter maintains with the general public. So as we have the relationship with the commercial bank, similarly commercial bank has the same relationship with the central bank. Okay. Now as the banker to banks, the central bank functions in three capacities. अब जो ये bankers का बैंक है तो ये क्या आपने function करता है? Custodian of cash reserve. It means जो भी पैसा आता है उसका सर्टेन पॉइंट परसेंटेज यहाँ पे रिजर्व एज अ रिजर्व सेंट्रल बैंक के पास रख देता है कमर्शियल बैंक्स। ओके, सो दैट इज नोन एज, that is kept as the cash reserve ratio. Commercial banks are required to keep a certain proportion of their deposits known as the cash reserve ratio or CRR with the central bank. In this way, central bank act as the custodian of cash reserves of commercial bank. Okay, the custodian of cash reserve means cash reserve एक वहाँ पे as a custody वहाँ पे रख दिया जाता है, that is commercial banks एक अपना पार्ट ऑफ प्रोपोर्शन ऑफ कैश रिजर्व सेंट्रल बैंक में रख देता है। ओके, नाउ लेंडर ऑफ द लास्ट रिजॉर्ट, लेंडर ऑफ द लास्ट रिजॉर्ट मतलब क्योंकि आखिरी जब कोई हेल्प नहीं करता है, then RBI is there to help the commercial banks. Okay, so when commercial banks fail to meet their financial requirements from other sources, that is in case of financial emergency, अब उनको चाहिए पैसा but nobody is there to help the commercial banks, so RBI is the apex bank of the country, so it is going to act as a lender of the last resort. They approach the central to give loans and advances as lender of the last resort. Central bank assists these banks through discounting of approved securities and bills of exchange. Okay, then all these points are very important, that is bankers bank and supervisor. Okay, that is custodian of cash reserve, lender of the last resort. तो ये क्या है, ये भी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, ये भी आपके एमसीक्यूज में या शॉर्ट आंसर्स में पूछा जा सकता है ना। क्लियरिंग हाउस फैसिलिटी, क्लियरिंग हाउस का मतलब क्या है? एज सेंट्रल बैंक होल्ड द कैश रिजर्व ऑफ ऑल द कमर्शियल बैंक, इट बिकम्स इजियर एंड मोर कन्वीनियंट फॉर इट टू एक्ट एज द क्लियरिंग हाउस। इट मीन्स इफ देर इज अ ट्रांजेक्शन बिटवीन टू बैंक्स, तब उसमें जो पेमेंट है वो क्लियर आउट हो सकता है विद द हेल्प ऑफ आरबीआई, क्योंकि दोनों बैंक्स ने क्या होगा, रिजर्व अपना मेंटेन कर रखा होगा सेंट्रल बैंक से, राइट। सो क्लियरिंग हाउस का मतलब क्या है? दैट इज पेमेंट क्लियरिंग फंक्शन। ओके, interbank transactions जब होते हैं then RBI can make the payment, okay, on their behalf. All commercial all commercial banks have their accounts with the central bank. Therefore, the central bank can easily settle claims of various commercial banks against each other. Okay, so वहां पे आपका पहले से already पैसा जमा है, so you can make the payment. Okay. Then, therefore, the central bank can easily settle claims of various commercial banks against each other by making debit and credit entries in their accounts. Okay. Now, as a supervisor, central bank कैसे act करता है? That is, central bank regulates and controls the commercial banks. The regulation of banks may be related to their licensing. अब ये function supervise करता है. It can act as a supervising with the by doing the licensing, branch expansion, liquidity of assets, then management, merging, winding up, etc. The control is exercised by periodic inspection of banks and returns filed by them. So you just should know that what are the things and how the central bank act like that. Okay, and these were the few things that we have discussed. Okay, in the next video we are going to start the controller of money supply and credit. I hope you understand it very well. Okay, और ये क्वेश्चन जो है लॉन्ग शॉर्ट एमसीक्यू सब में आ सकता है. ओके, इसमें पूछा जा सकता है कि आपसे कि ये कौन सा फंक्शन जो है एक्ट कर रहा है या कौन सा फंक्शन है आरबीआई का, एग्जाम्पल के थ्रू आपसे पूछा जा सकता है. सो प्रिपेयर इट लाइक दैट. ओके, एंड कंट्रोलर ऑफ मनी सप्लाई एंड क्रेडिट इज अ वेरी 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 इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक हियर. एंड श्योर है 100% आई एम श्योर अबाउट दिस कि इस पे आपको जरूर से जरूर क्वेश्चन मिलेगा. Okay, so because quantitative methods and qualitative methods is always there on the question paper. Okay, so I hope you like the video. Keep learning, keep growing. Thank you for watching.